Now you're talking about, maybe your plans or no plans to venture into politics. So I want to hear that.
No, okay. Basically, it's for me. Like I said, I grew up in a family that believed that the highest honor would be to serve your nation. I don't know if there's any. I don't have any other country. Nigeria is where I was born and is where I would have to serve. So I would be honored, and it would be a privilege to be part of the Nigerian story of moving us from where we are to a place where my father would look back and say, yes, his sacrifice wasn't in vain. I think it's important that, the promises that my father could not keep should be kept by his children in some way, shape or form.
So, are we going to see you? You have not answered that question.
Well,
are you
see, like I
politics?
said, when people ask me this question, I always say I was born into politics. But the idea for me is, if I'm given an opportunity to serve, I'll be honored to do so.
All right.
Okay. Let's take a look at the youth population, because you're a young man also, and we've been talking about the youth participation. There was a time the slogan was "not too young to run," and some Nigerians have said that the youth are also involved in some of these vices that is pulling us back as a nation. Now, I want you to give an assessment of the youth population.
Okay, let me start with, yes, they said not too young to run, but then they didn't say not too poor to run. I think the idea was, yes, we were giving the right to run, but sometimes some of the parties that were leading at the time, the fees for some of the applications were, frankly, extravagant. It was just too high for those who were legitimately trying to get into trying to serve, to be able to do it. So, like, the idea for me would be, you've mentioned the population, the youth population, and I think that's key. Nigeria is a country of the youth. I don't know if I can consider myself youth. I'm just 40 now, so I don't know if I'm still youth, but if I am,
still a young man.
We are at the table. I use the analogy that we are at the table. I'm a young man because I don't have facial hair. I've tried everything. It's not coming. Because why? Because I've tried. I put spirits. It doesn't come. So, but if I had, I'm sure you'll see that.
Talk to me after now.
Yeah, I will. So, like I said, that the youth, we are at the table. So for me, when I even heard this whole thing that the fees are too high, I said, well, if we were to create a youth-centered party of sorts, and we were to make it truly democratic from source. So the party itself was democratic. So I am Abiola, but I pay 100 naira. And I was able to get 20 million young Nigerians to pay the same 100 naira. Do the math. You have like 2 billion a month. And that's just fees.
Just let me quickly break this in. Is it about the fee to run or the preparedness of these young people? They're not even prepared for it. They just want the position.
You see, first of all, when the leaders that were around the round table yesterday were there, they were all leaders in their 30s, 20s, and they were not necessarily prepared for it, but they were thrust to that position, and then they made mistakes going along. I think it's our time as young Nigerians to make our own mistakes. Right. Even if we are not ready, let's even go there and make our own. So that way, when our children ask us what was happening, we said, you two go make your own mistake. Because like I said, the problems my father will create in his own lifetime will only be solved by his children. You can't be the one doing something and repairing at the same time. It doesn't work. So I think the most important thing is we need to understand that we are at the table, and once we take that up, Nigeria would.
I totally agree with you on that. Thank you so much for your time with us on the program, Abdulmumuni Abiola. It was good talking to you, and good reminiscing on the old times and how it has influenced present day happenings. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having
on
me.
the program.